touch on something, I am Soul Crusher!
In the Miraculous Ladybug universe, people can become akumatized when they experience strong emotions. These emotions are often negative and they can range from intense sadness to anger. When emotions are involved, hurt feelings can be caused by a plethora of things, including other people. In the series, loved ones and enemies alike may be the reason behind a broken heart, and some characters influence more akumatizations than others.
Sort of. In order to de-akumatize Qilin, we also have to stop the attacks from the police. Here's my plan.
10. Alia doesn't always get along with her siblings. Alia Césaire is a reporter at heart, and she runs a popular blog dedicated to Ladybug's exploits. This makes her unafraid of danger and confrontation, and that exhibits with her siblings more than once. In the episode Sapatis, her twin sisters end up akumatized after a night of babysitting goes wrong. Together they become a villain that can multiply, and they quickly overrun Paris. In another episode entitled Anansi, her older sister Nora ends up akumatized after they have a disagreement. Nora doesn't want Alia to go out after she's been put into danger so many times, but Alia insists that she'll be fine. This results in the overprotective spider-like villain Anansi being created. Although Alia is able to rectify both situations, these are just a few times she influences an akumatization.
Nora? Nora's not here to protect you anymore. I am Anansi, super spider!
9. Officer Roger occasionally fails to keep the peace. Sabrina's father Roger is a police officer who's dedicated to keep the peace. He rarely hesitates to help Ladybug and Cat Noir when it's necessary, and he puts the safety of all Parisians above all else. Although his actions may not have desirable results, as some people feel unjustly reprimanded by the police force. An example of this happens in the episode Qilin, when Sabine is fined and arrested when Marinette leaves their train with her ticket. Officer Roger is called to the scene to talk with Sabine, and while he's just trying to uphold the law, he doesn't give Sabine the benefit of the doubt despite knowing her personally. This results in Sabine feeling as if a great injustice has occurred. She is akumatized into the villain Qilin until the situation is rectified by Marinette. Similar situations like this also occur with characters such as Mr. Raymer and his pigeons, and Anarcha Kufin when her concert is considered too loud.
Found it.
All right, let's go. To the station, now.
Yes, identity check, custody, and the whole work!
8. Bob Roth isn't an honest businessman. The business world isn't always the place for honest business, and Bob Roth is someone willing to backstab others if it will prolong his career. In the episode Silencer, he and his son XY blatantly steal concepts from the band Kitty Section. The band had won a contest and was meant to be featured by Bob Roth, but he ends up stealing their costume design and music instead. When he's confronted, however, he denies this entirely. This results in Luca Kufin being akumatized, as he intends to make Bob Roth tell the truth. In another episode titled Psychomedian, Bob Roth ridicules famous comedian Harry Clown for his movie script idea. Disappointed by his response, Harry becomes akumatized to prove to the other man that he's capable of invoking various emotional responses from his audience. When Ladybug and Cat Noir arrive on the scene, he is only willing to compromise with Harry, and Cat Noir suggests that the comedian find a new producer.
We've rehearsed, and you're a natural, Marinette.
But every time I'm alone with him, I get so flustered and…
You won't be alone. I'll stay right here.
7. Mayor Bourgeois does anything to please his daughter. One of the main antagonists in the series is Chloe Bourgeois, and one of her biggest enablers is her father, Mayor André Bourgeois. Although André maintains a high influence within Paris, he is willing to change laws or inconvenience others for the sake of pleasing his daughter. Many of his actions result in the unjust treatment of others and their akumatizations. This behavior can be seen early on in the series in the episode Roger Cop. When Chloe accuses Marinette of stealing her bracelet, Officer Roger refuses to arrest her without proper evidence. This enrages Chloe, who then encourages her father to fire the officer. When he does so, Roger becomes akumatized and gives them the power to force others to enact their sentences. Although this situation had poor repercussions, Andre continues to act at the behest of his daughter throughout the rest of the series.
Where is your father?
I don't know.
Mr. Principal, I demand that you find who stole my daughter's bracelet ASAP!
6. Adrian's best intentions don't always go to plan. Adrian Agreste doesn't have the most experience when it comes to social interaction or making friends. He's spent the majority of his life living under his father's rules, and that can often impact the relationships he has with others. Adrian always has the best intentions, but between his father's influence and awkward social skills, he accidentally upsets others. In the episode Party Crasher, Adrian is prevented from spending time with his friend and fan, Wham. due to other responsibilities. Many of these are tasks placed on him by his father, but when Nino and Adrian's other friends arrive to throw a secret party, Wayham feels betrayed and is turned into a villain who can crash their party. Although Adrian didn't intend to leave Wayham out, he still indirectly influences his akumatization.
So, Adrian, too busy for your #1 fan? Well, I'll make sure you never forget to invite me to one of your parties again.
5. Felix has ulterior motives. Felix Fathom gains a reputation as both manipulative and conniving since his first appearance in the series. He only appears when he has something to gain, and his every action is done with an ulterior motive in mind. This makes him unliked by many of his fellow characters, but that isn't something that deters him. In his introductory episode, Felix, he is angered by his aggressed relatives for not attending his father's funeral. In an attempt to retaliate, Felix disguises himself as Adrian and sends hateful messages to his friends. As a result, Hawkmoth is able to akumatize several people at once. While he did not intend to akumatize anyone, he uses the situation to his advantage. Felix offers to help Hawkmoth if he can get his family's heirlooms, a pair of wedding rings, in return. This self-motivated behavior follows him throughout the series, even at the expense of others' emotions.
That's Felix, Adrian's cousin. I just ran into the real Adrian, and he told me everything.
4. Gabriel tries to make strong villains. Gabriel Agreste puts all responsibilities in his life below his vendettas as Hawkmoth. Although he can often find upset Parisians daily, he occasionally takes matters into his own hands in order to make people get upset enough to become strong villains. He isn't afraid to manipulate others to get his way and will often act poorly toward others just for the sake of fueling them with negative emotions. In the episode Miraculous, he plans to exploit Chloe's trust in Ladybug to akumatize her. He teams up with Lila to accomplish this as the teenager gives Chloe a secret dance that is meant to summon Ladybug when she does it. When the dance doesn't work, Chloe is disappointed enough to be approached by an Akuma. Gabriel's plan nearly succeeds until Chloe rejects the Akuma at the last second. This mishap doesn't discourage him from influencing others, however, and he's always on the lookout for another person to turn into his next villain.
Yes, I feel the anger rising. My plan is rolling out beautifully.
3. Lila is prepared to manipulate anyone. Lila Rossi quickly rises in the ranks to be one of the series' most formidable antagonists. Although she seems obsessed with making herself well-liked and making Marinette's life miserable, Lila only steps in to manipulate a situation when it can benefit her. As a notorious liar, Lila will say anything to make a situation change in her favor, even if it results in another person becoming akumatized. In the episode Perfection, she convinces Kagami that Marinette doesn't want to be her friend. This action not only causes grief for Marinette, as she must help Kagami after she is akumatized into the villain called Ryokumori, but it also puts Lila in a position to continue manipulating Kagami in the future. Although Lila has been called out by both Marinette and Adrian for her deceit, she still doesn't hesitate to negatively influence those around her.
We have every right to make her life miserable, but we have to be hush-hush about it.
2. Chloe isn't afraid to get on anyone's bad side. Although Chloe is introduced as the series' mean girl, she's yet to learn her lesson as Miraculous Ladybug progresses. As the mayor's daughter, Chloe is accustomed to things going her way, and when they don't, she is quick to make it everyone's problem. She is one of the leading causes of many of the Akumatizations in the series, and she shows little to no remorse for any of them. In the episode Soul Crusher, she even turns her own half-sister into a villain. Chloe refuses to accept her half-sister Zoe unless she embraces the mean-spirited nature that's held by the rest of the family. Chloe desires to have a sibling like her, and disappointed by the fact that she can't be herself, Zoe is akumatized into the villain Soul Crusher. Zoe's ability to absorb anyone she steps on is reminiscent of the very same thing Chloe does on a daily basis, and she willingly steps on anyone who gets in her way.
And I demand that she be sent back to New York immediately, exactly the way she came.
Of course, of course.
Number 1. Marinette allows her hero duties to impact her friendships. Although it may seem surprising, Marinette is who causes the most akumatizations in the series. As Ladybug, she is Paris's best defender against Hawkmoth, but her relationships in her daily life are often impacted by her hero duties. The strain of keeping such a large secret often causes Marinette to push her loved ones away, and that hurtful habit has led to more than one akumatization. In the episode Gang of Secrets, Marinette is approached by multiple friends who are concerned about her well-being. When they almost discover the miracle box, Marinette lashes out at them to make them leave. The mean-spirited display discourages her friends, and it results in all of them being akumatized at once. The many villains form the Gang of Secrets, as they desire to learn the secret that Marinette is keeping from them. It's no secret that strong emotions can impact someone's heart and mind. When someone is feeling strong sadness or anger, they may lose all sense of reason. In Miraculous Ladybug, Ladybug, these instances result in some of the strongest akumatized villains. The situation is only made worse when the cause is a loved one, but hurt feelings are bound to happen even in the healthiest of friendships. No matter if it's a friend or foe influencing Hawkmoth's latest Akuma, the people of Paris can rest assured that Ladybug and Cat Noir will be there to save the day.
Marinette will stay our friend,
Whether she wants to or not.
and she'll keep no secrets from us.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
We're not getting anywhere with this. If worse comes to worse, I might have to cataclysm her before she destroys the whole city.
No way! We don't know what'll happen if you hit her directly.